So last week I got all excited and thought we were just going to start on that upstairs loft floor and go from there. I got a little ahead of myself, and we actually have one pretty big step to tackle before we can get to that.
Yeah, we got wall sips to go up, so that's a pretty big deal. I gotta get the first row of wall sips up all the way around the main floor. So the sips is a structurally insulated panel, and what that is they're two pieces of OSB, and then they got foam that's sandwiched in between.
You get the insulating value, which is a lot greater than rolling bats of insulation between studs, and there's not as many studs, so there's the wood as a heat conductor. Wood is more of a heat conductor than insulation, so you get a higher insulated wall out of the deal. Our Alaska building season is about 4 months long, and you either get the roof on that year or your house is left without a roof. So if we'd framed up all these walls, it would have taken a significant amount more time, and I mean, we're already pushing it to get a roof on this year.
Sips are all new to us, but it's just a matter of figuring it out and how they all piece together.
We're gonna figure it out as we go.
So before you get started on setting sips panels, there's a few steps that you need to take and do before you actually can start setting your first panel. There's called a lead-in plate. Basically, it's your bottom plate on your wall, and you put that in, and you put some sealant on the bottom, and you nail that down. The OSB runs over that lead-in plate on the bottom.
That's how you attach the sips to the floor. We opted for an extra insulated wall, so the insulation is actually 7 1/4 inches deep, and that matches perfectly to a 2x8. But for a smaller wall, you might have a 2x6 lead-in plate. It just really depends on how your sips are manufactured.
One thing that's really, really important is making sure you got a nice tight seal. And so there's some silicone, some caulking that's got to go in them joints and splines when you do it. When you sandwich that thing on the 2x4 or when the two panels go together, it actually makes a nice seal. And your vapor barrier is done. But if you don't make a good seal, you can have problems later on down the road, especially in cold climates. Once your lead-in plates are set in place, now it's time to set your first panel.
Normally you would just lay your sips on your floor and then stand it like a wall on top of your lead-in plate. But the problem is we have timbers, so you can't just stand it. We had to get very creative on how to set these panels.
Once we got the hang of it, they went together quite well.
Yeah.
Some things I probably would have done different now that I've put them together on the downstairs. I'd probably put 2 or 3 panels together at once and stand them at once. But it's all it's a learning curve. So as we work our way down the wall, these sips panels, they slide into each other, and there's usually a 2x4 that slides in to the other one, and then you nail it off. And then the other thing you have to do, which supports it too, is you actually tie the sips panel. There's these long screws, and you tie from the outside of the building into the timber. It's all one solid wall. It's all attached to timbers, the sips.
We started at the garage wall, and we just kept working our way around one panel at a time. It's been such a scary leap of faith.
Getting used to using sips panels is totally different and new to both of us. We're used to using our tape measure and saw more, and
weird.
These panels
it's so
are
weird
already
not using your tape measure.
For the windows, all that stuff's already prefigured for you. So it's like a pretty neat little system that goes together. So definitely learning a new task. When you're installing sips panels, this would be one wall. So broke down into pieces when this comes from the factory that they're made. This would be like wall panel 1, and then you have wall panel 2. And so you'll put this one in place, goes over top, and then you have wall panel 2 comes over, and you got a silicone bunch of stuff on this. There's a lead-in plate here and a lead-in plate on the bottom. So you'll slide this one in, and then you'll come over here, and when you put this one in, and then you have your header, which comes into play. And the header, basically, you'll put it down here by your sill, and you'll silicone up, and you'll just push it up into place, nail it off, and that's your wall.
As the panels are going up, it's just so exciting to me because when the timbers went up, I could kind of see the shape of the house, but when the sips went up, I can see the rooms, I can see the window, and I can see which view is framed in each window, so it's super, super exciting.
The sips panels goes way faster than framing a wall. Not only are you standing a wall, but it's a finished wall. Sips panels are pretty slick.
One thing we are a little concerned about though is like the electrical. It's got the pre-cut chases in them, which is great, but man, it doesn't look easy to be able to pull wire through those little tiny holes. So anyway, we are so excited because we got the entire first floor of SIP set this week, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the work that we've got done so far. This here will be the front entrance, and as you come in the door, this will be the stairwell that'll come up here, and you come this way over here. This will be kind of like pantry storage space. Trying to talk them into a powder room over here. And then over here is the kitchen, and I kind of envision lots of cabinets over here, the range, the kitchen sink in front of the window, and then a nice big island. Then over here is the door out to the deck, and then this is where my farmhouse table is going to go. And then in today's home, you have to incorporate an office on your main level. So I want to put maybe just like a little desk, maybe a hidden desk here, so we can keep a laptop on it, and then maybe on this side have a desk with some sliding barn doors that'll be a little bit more hidden. This is the great room, and there's a door out to the deck there, and the fireplace will be right here. This will be the laundry room, and then we'll have a doorway here, and then this will be the master bedroom here. The bed will go between the windows, and over here will be the master bath. The tub will go under the big window, and then the shower in the corner. So that's pretty much it for the first floor. I'm ready to move in.
So we hit our goal this week, getting the sits panels and tying in all the timber, and I'm pretty satisfied that this place could take a windstorm if it hit.
Both of us kind of wanted to work over the weekend, but you know, we're going to be into this house for maybe years, and we have to pace ourselves and spend some time with our kids. So
going fishing. A buddy of mine and his wife asked us to go fishing just on a wild hare. Let's go into this different lake, and so we did, and yeah, we had a blast. Caught a lot of pike and had a great time with the kids. Look at that guy. You got him? Hold on, don't let that pole go.
Summers are short in Alaska. You got to do it while you can.
Join us next week for another video on watching this thing build.